All right, my friends. Good afternoon, Brian with VetteSource. I'm back on another weird day with lots of heat on us for September. Is today September 1st? Yeah, September 1st. But rain clouds in the horizon, so it'll about to dump rain on us pretty quick here. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to continue the teardown portion of this C3, what's left. Of course, our cab is gone now. If you watched my video from last week, this was the one we tore the cab off of it and sold it to a customer. Now we're going to go and sell this frame assembly, but we got to break it down into some individual pieces. And what we're going to focus on today is the power steering setup. And Corvettes have a pretty unique system from, I think it was 1965 that Corvettes first got power steering. I'm almost certain, but it may be 65 or 66 got power brakes. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is go over and show you guys how interesting this system is on this Corvette. It's not like your typical GM systems of this era. The only thing that you'll see atypical would be the power steering pump itself is the same. But it's basically, once you get there, it becomes a completely different animal. So let's show you a little bit. Let's get my tire out of the way so I can crawl in the dirt underneath here. So what we're looking at here is, rather than feed directly into the steering box there and how the power steering fittings go into there, the power steering fittings go into this interesting looking little control valve here. Now, Corvettes, there might be another GM product that has this control valve set up, but I haven't seen one. And then of course it's also got feeding from the control valve, it's got these lines that go into a hydraulic assist. Now I'm pretty sure the control valve has power functionality to it as well, and so does the hydraulic assist. So both of these work in conjunction to make your front wheels turn on a Corvette easier. Of course, power steering, of course, there's your contact points over there, tie rods. And the interesting thing about Corvettes is your tie rod ends are connected on the back side of the control arms, not on the front side, like most cars. So it's a pretty interesting system. Steering box, control valve, or hydraulic assist cylinder, and your idler is in here. This does not have a pitman arm per se like a traditional one. Actually it does, but it's on the other side. And then of course tie rod ends. Let me show you this other one though that we've got torn down. You can kind of get a good view of that and where it actually, the hydraulic assist mounts off the back of the frame here. Let's go over here and I'll show you a setup that's actually out of the car. So here is, of course, your power steering pump. Hoses feed directly into the control valve here. And then the control valve, of course, the pitman arm is connected right directly to the control valve. And then what it does is, as you turn the wheel, right? This one may be frozen up. Yeah, it's frozen up. As you turn the wheel, there's actually like a bearing kind of in there. And it pushes that main rod back and forth. And of course, here is your pitman or your idler on the other side where it hooks to the frame. There's your passenger side tie rod assembly, and there's your driver's side. And then of course your hydraulic assist goes right here and runs this whole thing. It's actually kind of unusual, and it causes quite a bit of problems because, and you can see that you've got the inputs right here from the power steering system, and then of course outputs coming on the other side here to go over to the hydraulic assist and then back out. So that's why I was saying these do work in conjunction. Thing about this, is cool and unique as it is, it can cause quite a bit of problems because it's really kind of a pain in the butt. You can see where leak points are. This hydraulic assist will eventually leak, and it becomes a challenge to play with if you don't know what you're doing. And of course, that's why, again, Corvettes are Chevys, but they're not Chevys, because there's a lot of different stuff on there. Now, looking at this piece out of the car, obviously we've got a few contact points on our power steering pump assembly. But as far as being bolted into the car, you've got 11 points of contact. or bolt points, mount points. So you got one there on the tie rod. You've got 4 on this bracket that holds the hydraulic assist cylinder. You got 3 for the steering box. You've got 2 more for this idler on this side, and 1 more here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So what we'll do in today's video, I'll go ahead and remove this system from this car. Show you guys how it comes out. It's actually not that bad. It looks complicated, and I left everything on it on purpose so you can see you can do it even with basic hand tools if you need to. So of course, starting out, this is the one that's a little bit bigger. It's 11/16. And that one just comes right off. And let's see if this will easily. Maybe not. There we go. Very nice. And these 4 bolts here are 9/16. Oh wait, no, those are, it's gotta be 9/16. I just took them off of there. Yeah, maybe they're not. These are 1/2 inch. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, set this down, leave that right there so we don't have a jumpy camera. And these just come through nut plates that are inside the frame here. Usually these do not come loose. Sometimes they will, but not that often. Okay, put our hardware here, because we do always like to save our hardware when we're dealing with older cars, just because it's nice to have. And number 4, and you'll see that thing just came loose right away. Let's see here. Come on, buddy, work with me here. Yeah, I know it's about to rain. There we go. All right, there's 5 bolts there. Let me wipe the sweat off my face real quick. Okay, let's go over here. See if I can get you in here to where you can see this angle here. Okay, there's one of our contact bolts there on the steering box. 2 more kind of hidden in there. I'll see if I can get the camera back in there so you can see it. Problem 2 is as much rain as we get here mixed in with the sun in southeast Texas. Good Lord, we get a lot of humidity. And that's the one thing that I have people that visit from out of town. It's just, it kills them, because the humidity will make your life pretty miserable if you're not used to it, obviously. All right, so, and this one here, these go through the frame rail, so those come out pretty easy. And we'll just pull this one straight out. You can see that captive bolt, and we will keep that one. Let's see if I can get in here. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We'll try it. There's number 2. And let's see if number 3. Oh, hang on. What we're going to have to do, we're going to have to tap this captive one back in just a little bit. number 3. All right. So if I'm lucky, these will push. There we go. All right. And that's it. That's that whole left side taken apart. And you'll see here, I can just slide that back and down, and then I'm ready to come out of there. Okay, let's go ahead and get this other side off. And I'll be right back while I set my tools up over there. Hang tight. All right, now we got that out of there somewhat. Okay. There we go. All right. Sad, this thing looks like it actually had newer tie rod arms on it. And there's our whole assembly out with the steering box. But what we're gonna do real quick is I'm going to take this out. So let me grab my tools and we'll be right back. I'll show you guys how to do this. Hang on. Well, as usual, the rain does not look like it's gonna cooperate with me. But you can see there's that entire setup out in one whole unit. Let's just see how far I can get before I have to shut this down. So the power steering pump itself is not that hard to get out of here. Of course, with everything out of there. And we've got our one retaining bolt on the back side. Let's see. Is that going to be a 5/8 or a 9/16? Let's see. Yeah, the good thing is it's already loose. Okay, and then we're simply going to pull forward here, and there comes the pump assembly. All right, so there you go, guys. There's the power steering setup from the 65, 66 through 82 Corvettes, and of course 84 C4s, and up went to the rack and pinion. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna shut this down before the sky opens up on me. Appreciate everybody watching as usual, and I'll catch you next week. See you then.